What's going on? So Jason is full-time with the kids, and now it's time for me to give him a break when I can, right? When I get off work, right? So how has the experience been, and how has it been beneficial to you?
You gotta get your patience up. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have your patience up, and you gotta ain't no help coming. Ain't no help coming. Ain't no looking over your shoulder. Dang, baby coming down the stairs. Like, is she got a break yet? No, it's you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Sid the Entertainer. I'm asking y'all to check out the Loveology podcast. This is...
Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one. And we're married. We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Hey, welcome back, everybody, man. It's another episode of the Loveology podcast with me and my lovely wifey, Ashley. How you doing, my love?
I'm great, as usual.
Looking good. Now everybody can see you now, huh?
Yes, like I said, y'all making us work a little bit harder.
Why you always say they making us work? We making ourselves work because we want more people to get this great information that we pushing out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all know this, but by the time y'all see this, well, I guess today is my wife's birthday. Technically, we recording at a certain time, but today is your birthday, so shout out to wifey.
Yes.
Shout out everybody. Give a shout out to my wifey, man. Tell her happy birthday. Make sure y'all drop happy birthday in the comment section. Go ahead and give a shout out to my baby girl, wifey.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
right.
Another year on the earth.
Another year. We gonna turn up, baby.
Yes. I'm gonna drink some wine after this.
Oh, snap.
Should have drunk some wine during this episode.
Well, you should have go ahead and break it out.
I should have, but
I don't know. YouTube probably would have.
Nah, they would have been straight. They would have been straight. Good. Yeah,
it was okay.
People do all sorts of stuff on YouTube.
I ain't know. All right, we're finna dive right in, man. What are we talking about today, loves?
So we are talking about basically like an update on us, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this podcast, we kind of mix mostly researched information from our favorite relationship books,
right?
And we do interviews with couples, and then we also do personal experiences. Sometimes we give like some episodes where we're just talking about our personal experiences. So this is one of those episodes, but we are still talking about a lot of great stuff that can apply to a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Especially during this time. So, we got a lot of things going on, and we just wanted to give you an update.
Little update. Well, yeah. I appreciate the update.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Were you about to say something?
No, I just said I appreciate the update.
Okay, so real quick, this is what we're going to be talking about.
All right.
Guess what?
What?
Well, Jason knows.
Like chicken butt.
Jason is at home with the children.
I am.
So exciting.
It is. It's definitely it's an experience. Mm-hmm. I will say that, and all that good stuff.
For those of you who may be listening to us for the first time, I was a stay-at-home mom, but I recently went back to work.
Hey, shout out to mama going back to work. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yes, and so now Jason is at home with the chillins.
I am.
And we're going to talk about the role reversal that is happening here, and the hiccups and the great things and all of that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that we are doing is we are traditionally homeschooling our kindergartner, which is our daughter, who is 5. We are not doing virtual learning. No, we doing the traditional homeschooling.
And there's nothing wrong with virtual learning, by the way. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're deciding to do with your family, your children, nothing against that. More power to you guys. But we decided that it's best for our daughter to do homeschooling.
Yes,
you know,
that's what we decided was best for our family,
and we have an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna go into that a little bit, go through the process of that, and then kind of tell you this story about how I started to go back to work in the middle of a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Which was pretty crazy to me, right? So let's start with that story, actually.
What?
How I went back to work.
Okay.
So
how much you gonna tell
them? What do you mean?
Like, you gonna tell everything?
What? Like what?
I mean, you know.
Is it something that you don't want me to say?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Some you don't tell me everything. Yeah, some of the stuff got to keep a secret.
Well, I did want to give like a little backstory about how I became a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So, we have 2 children. Our second child is Isaiah, and he's almost 2 years old. He was unplanned, but we love him very much.
Yes, he was playing while we was, but we wasn't.
Well, we were not planning on having him so soon.
Correct.
Right? So we wanted a second.
God. God made it happen.
We wanted a second child, but I wanted to work at least a year, because let me go back a little bit further. All right. So I was in the Navy for 4 years, transitioned out of the Navy. We moved to LA, moved across country. We were on the East Coast, and we moved all the way to the West Coast with a little baby who is now 5 years old.
She was 6 months at the time.
Yeah, exactly. I think she was a little bit younger than that when we started the move, right? And I went to film school, and after film school, I got a job.
Right.
At a pretty good company. Right. So I was
in Beverly Hills. Shout out to Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So I was excited about that, and I basically was switching careers, right? So I'm a little bit older, and I'm starting out kind of at the bottom of the new career of being in the film industry, right? So I wanted to work for at least a year before I had another baby.
Right.
Just let me get a year in, right? But I ended up getting pregnant. Thanks, Jason.
Yes, you're welcome.
I ended up getting pregnant. I got pregnant in February. I started work in November. So November of the previous year, and I got pregnant in February of 2013. Right.
So just a few months in the job.
I'm knocked up. Okay. I was like, what in the world? Okay. So, I'm just like, it's all good. It's all good. Wasn't what I expected.
Hold up. But then on top of that, how you let me know? Because we didn't plan it. Again, we didn't plan. We wanted another child, but we didn't just strictly plan this one. Jordan, we planned it out, right? Yeah. And so I was away for a business trip, and I come back. I see this nice glittery gold box. And I was like, "Hey, baby, done bought me a Rollie? Okay,
No."
I got a surprise for you, baby. Okay, cool. So she opened up the box. Well, I opened up the box, and it's a pregnancy test. Like, what is this?
He
like,
was like,
what does this mean?
What do you think it means?
I was supposed to be. So I had to make that shift. Like, oh, okay, we have another baby right now. Okay,
no,
cool.
Do you want to know what you asked? You said, does this mean that you could be pregnant? And I said, it means that I am pregnant.
Just wasn't expecting it. It was a little blindside, a little bit.
Yeah. So anyways, but it's all good. I love the company I'm working for. It's all good. Like, I had a baby while I was working once before. It's no problem. It's all good. So, I'm working at this company, having a great time. I think not too long after I found out I was having a baby, I met Kevin Hart. That was pretty cool.
Shout out to Kevin Hart.
Yes, he was coming out of the elevator. I was like, is this Kevin Hart coming out of the elevator right now?
Yeah.
I gotta get a picture with this guy.
Right.
And
you also saw this Black Widow.
Yeah, what's
her name?
AKA Scarlett. Well, no, her name is Scarlett Johansson, AKA Black Widow.
Right.
And I didn't get a picture with her. It would have been unprofessional. Okay, we were in the elevator together, and I was actually pregnant, and she asked me, was I having a boy or a girl? But you said it didn't count because I didn't take a picture. But
I mean, it counts. But I'm just saying, like, what makes her unprofessional? But Kevin, that wasn't unprofessional.
Okay, because I was like in the act. So I was in the act of going to go pick somebody else up, right? Because we had security measures where we had to go down and go pick up the guests and bring them up on the elevator. So I was like in the act of doing my job, right? And I was going to go pick up somebody else, and her people were there, and they were like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, come on up, right? Come on up with me." So that would have been unprofessional. Kevin Hart, it was kind of like different because he was coming out of the elevator. That don't make any sense. Right? Nah. I was coming back from lunch, and he was finished with whatever it was, whatever business he had in that building. Okay, because there was other companies in that building. Right. So he was finished with whatever business he had in that building, and he was coming out of the building. I felt like it was fair game because we were in the lobby. So I was like, yeah, I got to go ahead and get this picture. Like, I got to go ahead and do it.
I heard that.
So, I mean, maybe it was unprofessional, but yeah. You think so?
I mean, it don't matter. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Kevin understand.
I think so.
It's advertisement anyways for his brand.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
So. Yeah.
So people post your stuff, so that's what's up.
Yeah, but anyway, good company. They winning Oscars and stuff. You know what I mean? Right. Like all this good stuff.
The company worked for was a good company.
Right. Yeah. The company that I was working for. So, I have the baby. I have every intention of going back to work, but like when I got to it, I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this. And so I understand that. It is definitely, I have a lot of privilege to be able to have made that decision. We definitely made a lot of sacrifices, right, in order to make sure that this was possible. But, I won't go into the reasons why. Well, I'll say briefly that one of the reasons was that we would have had 2 children in daycare in LA.
Come on now.
So y'all already know that's expensive, right?
What, about $500-$600 a week or something like that?
Something crazy. Something crazy
that we wasn't doing.
Right. And like I said, I'm like kind of entering into this career. So I'm not getting paid that much because I'm like entry level.
Not compared to that daycare price.
Right, exactly.
And it's not even like, daycare is not going to be all day. And you don't want to be away from your kids all day.
Exactly. But, that's tough.
Yeah, you still got to have some type of after school programs or, somebody to pick them up, especially if I'm working and you working. How is that going to work?
Right. It was a lot.
It wasn't going to work.
And, you've heard, if you listen to this podcast, you've heard me talk about like, just some of the things that we had to deal with as a couple. We were moving very fast. Like I said, we transitioned out of the Navy and all this other stuff. So we were moving fast. Disorganized, it was just like a little chaotic over here, right? So I just really couldn't like see how we were really going to be able to function, right? Yeah. And maybe we'll do another episode that'll go more in depth on this, but I just feel like I just couldn't do it mentally. So made the sacrifices that we needed to make in order to make this happen for me to become a stay-at-home mom. I did not know how long I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. So I think for, definitely most women in this country, we're all kind of afraid to take a break from our career when we have children. Some women choose to do it, some women don't. But, that's another topic for another day as far as like what are some of the things that we could be doing in this country policy-wise to make it where women don't feel like they have to make this decision. But, of course, taking a break could mean that you're damaging your career, right? Or slowing it down, right? Or, so women are afraid that they won't be able to bounce back. I felt with the, dealt with those thoughts or whatever, but I was just like, I'm just at a state that I still can't even, I just don't see how it's going to work, right? So I made a decision not to go back to work.
And I supported her decision 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever you want to go. I didn't try to sway you one way or the other because I saw positives in both sides.
Right.
You know, it's cons on both sides too.
Right.
But I thought that, you know, whatever you want to do, I was with you.
Yeah. I mean, and I try not to be a very fearful person. So I just always said, I'm just pressing pause. Like I'm pressing pause. Right. And on the career front to focus on family and home and the baby and, you know, all the stuff that we have going on. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to go with the flow of life, you know.
Yes,
I'm a planner, so I know a lot of people may be surprised to hear me say that.
Right.
But sometimes, you know, you just gotta go with your gut. You just gotta
go with the gut.
You just gotta go with the feelings. Like
go with the spirit.
I just like, man, I just can't. I don't. And that was actually like the first time, and like maybe I should do a whole episode about this because that was like the first time in my life where I felt like I could not do something. Like honestly.
Yeah.
So for me not to pay attention to that would have been really crazy.
Right.
To try to push. And I am a pusher. Like I just work, Jason knows, I just work like crazy. Right. And I'll just push, you know, until I pass out.
Like literally be knocked out in a couch working on something.
But it was a totally different story. So different episode for a different day. But fast forward almost 2 years later. Mm-hmm. Okay, it'll be 2 years in November when Isaiah was born. But fast forward almost 2 years later, I get a call from someone in my past who is offering me a position.
Out of nowhere. And
out of nowhere.
But check this out. This is not the first position that you was offered, right?
Well, it wasn't the first opportunity that I was tossed.
Right.
I would say that.
Right.
But the other one did not come to to realization of fruition.
Yeah.
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 So that's one of those things. Like I don't know if you want to just say what that company was. And
nah.
See. Okay. Nah. All right. It was a well-known company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to say all that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, for this opportunity presented itself to me. And like I said, I was not looking for a job. We in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
You know, one of the great things about me being a stay-at-home mom during this time was that we just were not affected the way other people were affected because I was already at home. So some of the stressors that people were dealing with, we just didn't have. Right?
Correct.
So yeah, I'm just like, I ain't looking for a job, right? Like we finna ride this pandemic out for sure.
Ride it out.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a call, you know, saying that I want to come work for a company. I'll be working from home for the rest of this year at least.
Yeah.
And then after, you know, if the pandemic clears up, right? Then we would work in the office, but I would still have 2 days to work from home, which was a big deal for me because my last job, I didn't have any flexibility, and having children, you know, working 2 days from home can be just like such a lifesaver. And I was going to be making more money than what I was making with my the last job.
Right.
So this is just crazy, right? Like this is something that does not happen. Maybe it does. I don't know, but I haven't heard of it happening too often. So, you know, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I would be working in the film industry, of course, right?
Right.
So it just would have seemed crazy like not to really consider this.
Right.
Even though we are in the middle of the pandemic.
I wasn't thinking about getting a job.
Right. It just fell into my lap. Like that's the sign from God. Like, you know, what where they do that at, right? Like what I don't know. Like this is very strange. So of course though, we are in the middle of a pandemic. So the question of, okay, well this is really interesting, but how are we gonna make this work?
Right.
So now we get to talk about Jason. And our
man of many talents.
Yes, our role reversal. So I made the decision to go. We made the decision for me to go back to work.
Oh yeah,
it's got to.
Yeah,
just seemed like just weird. Like I got to do it.
I mean, that's the whole point that we came to LA.
Yeah,
it's the whole point for her to get her degree, right, and to work in the film industry.
Right.
That was the whole point.
Right.
So if we have an opportunity for her to get a job in the industry, why not?
Right.
That's why we're here.
Right. Well, because of a pandemic.
What are you talking about?
That would be the other reason why not.
Oh.
But we can work around that. I guess.
Definitely work around because you're working from home.
Yeah.
So that's a workaround right there.
Right. Okay, well, let's talk about you.
Come on.
So,
what you want to talk about?
Yes.
What y'all want to know?
We basically have a role reversal going on here.
Yeah, man.
Jason is still employed. However, he qualified for leave based on the conditions that's happening right now.
Pandemic conditions. Now, just want to throw this out there. A lot of companies out here offer that same leave where you can get like 10 weeks off, right? 10 or 12 weeks off. So definitely if check your company, see if they're giving it out. And a lot of, I don't know, some of them companies not really telling their employees, but you might want to ask HR. Yeah,
they're not telling people.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I guess they don't want you to take off 12 weeks because you get 12 weeks.
10 or 12 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Because I know I get 12 because you're supposed to add on 2 of my own weeks, but whatever.
Right.
But yeah, you get paid. It's paid leave, man, because of the pandemic. So, if you got an option to take 10 to 12 weeks and get paid, and then you got an option to continue to go to work, which one are you going to take?
Well, the leave is you get reduced pay.
You get a little reduced pay.
Yeah.
For my company. Now, you want, like I said, you want to check your company out or whatever, but I think it's well worth it. And it gives us an opportunity to do this role reversal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's fine that he's that his paycheck is a little bit smaller because I'm getting paid, and we were operating just off your money.
Correct.
So it's fine. It totally works for us, right? So 3 months, Jason, it's going to be with the kiddos, right?
Yeah.
And we're hoping that the pandemic would clear up. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to be okay with somebody coming in here with the pandemic happening, right? Like at the same time,
Yeah.
Just it's all good.
I don't think that's safe, but you know what I'm saying. We'll figure that out once the time comes.
Once we get there.
Yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, so yes, Jason. So he basically, I don't want to say admitted, but we spoke about the fact that
you already said admitted. Like you already put it out there. I don't want to say admitted, but you just said it. Now everybody gonna think I admitted it.
Well, okay, that's not the right word. But we just discussed how Jason basically told me that like he would see, how busy I was, and basically we had conversations about me not having a lot of time as a stay-at-home mom and like needing a break, and we kind of got better at that, of giving me a break. So he saw it, he thought he understood it, but no, not really.
There ain't nothing like going through it yourself.
So tell everybody what's going on. So Jason is full-time with the kids, and now it's time for me to give him a break when I can, right? When I get off work, right? So how has the experience been, and how has it been beneficial to you?
So with, mind you, by me staying with the kids, you know what I'm saying, I am teaching my daughter kindergarten, and I'm learning
which
a lot.
We will get to.
Yeah, we'll get to. Okay, we'll get to that. But that's been a very rewarding, right? Being able to teach my daughter the actual, legit curriculum that my wife researched and got some great curriculum. Like got the math from Singapore. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into all that, right? But that's rewarding. That's bonding time. That's man, it's just awesome. I just can't even explain it. It's just awesome being able to see my daughter grow and take steps, and she's learning from me. That's like I feel like it puts me at a higher stature for her. You know what I'm saying? She respects me more because I'm able to teach her this stuff. You know what I mean? And spending time with my son, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're working, you just don't have time to spend with your family. You just don't. You're stressed out. You're doing this, you're doing that. I hated working in the garage or working in the office, and I have to go out, come to use the restroom, and Isaiah's all on me, like, daddy, daddy, daddy. And it's like, I gotta go, son. I gotta get back on this computer. You know what I'm saying? And sit in front of it and do whatever I need to do. I don't have that much time to even hang out with him for a second. So I didn't too much care for that, but now I'm able to spend more time. So it's very rewarding, right? So that's the main thing. But at the same time, it is you gotta get your patience up. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have your patience up, and you gotta ain't no help coming. Ain't no help coming. Ain't no looking over your shoulder. Dance, baby coming down the stairs. Like, is she got a break yet? No, it's you. It's you and them babies. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's easy to see it and try to understand it, but it ain't nothing like going through it yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've grown even more respect for my wife. I don't know how. Like, it's sad, but it's just like, man, wifey she's just on point. You know what I'm saying? She's a G. She's a boss. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, I gotta be a boss too. Because if I don't do what I need to do on my end, that can possibly affect what she does at her job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a mother first, right? And if she's hearing her babies crying, and if she hear, me hollering or something, that's gonna affect how she do her job. She's like, well, let me stop this real quick. Let me help. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be able to do her job without worrying about, is everything okay? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So,
which is what you have felt. Right.
Yeah, everything was great.
As I was a stay-at-home mom,
I didn't have to worry about nothing.
You didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Right. Your children
kids
are fed,
eating on time.
Yeah, taking care
of. Taking their naps. I got a little sandwich in the microwave.
Yeah.
Little sandwich. I said that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? For lunch. Mm-hmm. So I got to do stuff like that for wife, and she's still doing stuff.
Yeah, I was like, you're not even feeling it full effect. Because
I'm feeling it, y'all.
No, you're not, because
I'm feeling enough for me, though.
I'm still getting the food prepared. So this is something that I did.
She's trying to give me everything.
Yeah, so you can feel it.
Why you want me to feel it?
So you
make
will
sure
know.
The house function. You gotta just force me to it.
So you will know. So you will know. And I think that most men,
I know enough.
Y'all have never experienced something like this, and y'all just really don't get it. And like you said,
I get it.
I think everybody should do it.
Please don't put me no more on me.
So you can fully understand, because like you said, he couldn't feel me. He saw me, but he didn't feel it. Like,
I feel it now.
Good. Well, so what is the hardest part?
The hardest part, is just I can't do what I'm normal. Like I've always been a free spirit.
The freedom, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm. I always been the type of person. If I want to do something, I'm gonna go on YouTube and figure it out, and I can just dive in for about 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? And just figure whatever I want to figure out. You know what I mean? Can't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. I can't do all these. I got ideas. I got business opportunities. I can't do none of that stuff. Cause
you can, but so this was challenging for me too, because
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Well, yes, you can't. You do have to accept that you can't do everything, right?
Right.
But I had to learn how to work in small pockets of time, or be able to work for 1 hour. Like, okay, Isaiah's taking a nap. Let me, just bang it out for an hour, right?
Right.
Like, let me get as much stuff as I can get done for an hour, mm-hmm. and then, or 2 hours, however mm-hmm. long he sleeps. And now it's time for me to stop. I got to cut that flow off, and that's mm-hmm. hard for a creative person. It's like, oh, I'm in the zone.
Exactly.
I want to just, you just get in that zone, you get locked in, and you just want to finish, or you just really excited.
Yeah.
But you got to stop. You got to close the laptop. You got to stop what you're doing. You got to go tend to your child, right?
Yeah.
And they require a lot of attention. So, you got to be focused on them.
Yeah.
And the other stuff that you want to do, you got to do it at another time.
And I'm the type of person, I'm a slow starter. So mm-hmm. like if I got something I need to do, right, it takes me a little time to get those creative juices flowing. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm not at my optimum state in the first 5-10 minutes or whatever I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But towards the end, like towards 30 minutes, 40 minutes down the road, I'm pumping. Mm-hmm. And once I got that going, I don't want to stop it. it like it seeps into everything. So it's like I'm in that mode. Mm-hmm. So if something happened, if the kids playing and one of them get mad and get the whining and crying, it's like I'm still in that mode, and it's like, y'all need to sit down, be quiet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, play with this, do this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. I need to be down there playing with them. You know what I'm saying? I need to be, doing something with them, not just watching them, but being a part of their existence, being present in the present. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I had to figure out. I said, okay, I got to get rid of some stuff task that makes you so busy, that makes you so stressed out. You got to get rid of it, man. I just had to get rid of it. And it's just what it is. You know, I had to figure out what's more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job, honey.
Yeah. This week, what? It's about to be week 2?
Week 2.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a major adjustment.
Well, we just finished week 2.
We're
going to start week 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, it's definitely a major adjustment, right? And, that's life, right? Life is about change. And, I appreciate you for taking it on,
Yeah, I have to, because it's like, if we going to do what we got planned to do, then I have to do this. Like, it's just no other way around it.
Right.
Especially during this pandemic. Now, if the pandemic wasn't going on, then okay, great. Like I said, we can try to hire somebody in and help out, all that good stuff. But it's pandemic, man. Mm-hmm. We don't know what you're doing.
Right.
We don't know if you're wearing the latex gloves, and the mask. We don't know. So we can't risk that for our babies. Nah, we're not doing it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So moving on to their happy part, which is teaching Jordan. Our daughter is in kindergarten. Before I found out that I was getting a job, I had already made the decision with Jason. We discuss everything, but I was the lead on it, so that's why I said. Yeah. But of we're going to traditionally homeschool her. Oh, okay, yeah. Because basically she was in a preschool program when the pandemic hit in March, and so we went to virtual. And I was just not happy. And the teachers did a great job, right?
Right.
But I had a small baby, right? And she was only 4 at the time. No, she was 5, right? But anyways, she's very young, right? And she sitting in front of a computer, I think we did 2.5 hours, and then they did like 10-minute breaks or whatever. And I have to be there. Like, I like what they were doing, but, we had to do arts and crafts and stuff like that. If I didn't have another baby, maybe it wouldn't have been, like, difficult.
Yeah, you had to go to school, too, basically.
Yeah, I got to be there with her. Like, this is 2.5 hours that I can't do what I need to do because I got to sit here with her, and I got to make sure that she's focused and that she's paying attention and, and all of this other stuff. So it's, I'm basically like a slave to their time frame.
Right.
And so when the word, I figured, like, as we just watching the cases continue to rise, right, that we were not going back to school in the fall. Right. It was confirmed that LA, you didn't even have an option. Some states have options where they've let the children go back to school, but our state didn't give us an option. I think unless you're private, you're able to send your child to private school. So, they didn't give us an option. So it's virtual. And I'm like, I already know this ain't going to work. Right. I got to do something. So I began researching about like traditional homeschooling. Right. So, there's some pros and possible cons to this. But the main reason why we wanted to do it is for the flexibility. We get to set our own schedule.
Yep.
If we want to teach her on Saturday, we can teach her on Saturday. Yep. We're not even doing that, but if we need to, we can, right? And
I mean, I think one day last week I taught her. We had a class at 7:00.
Yeah, I think it was like 6:00 at night. Yeah.
Still, but it was fun. We had a good time. Yeah. We had some other stuff going on that throughout the day we have like 4 or 5 classes with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the last one. So, we was able to move that around. You can't do that on the computer.
Yeah.
Just can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they, her program, if she would have been in school, we would have had to log on at 8:30 in the morning and stay logged on 2:30. I don't have time for that.
No, man.
I don't have time for that. If I'm not working, if I am working, I don't have time for that. Okay. And I know that a lot of people are struggling with this, and I already heard that some kids are just like not paying attention. They're just not engaged. This may be something that you may want to research. Like, nobody's talking about this option, and I just think it's really,
it was a no-brainer for us.
It's a great option. I mean, you need to set a schedule. I mean, hey, I should be YouTube spokesperson because I just love YouTube. I went on YouTube, researched all these moms that's been homeschooling for 10, 11 years, found out, what the different type of homeschooling curriculums that are out there.
Right.
And I just put a curriculum together. We teach Jordan reading and handwriting and math every day. And then we rotate science, and we did an economic study that I found for free online.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to share a link or something to that, but it's called Kittynomics. It was a 5 lesson plan.
Mm-hmm.
And it just laid everything out for you. It was great, free, right?
And when I need to go do something, guess what? Now we got field trips. So, but when let's say I need to pick up something, like for instance, I bought this camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ties in. See, this is another thing. When you're teaching your child, like, everything you taught her. So now I can talk about, okay, what is that? We talked about this in economics, a bank. You see that over there? You see these people in this, they go in there and get money. What is that, love? That's
Mm-hmm.
a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It's several banks out here. It's other banks, how much does this cost? We went to the store. She wants this. I want this. I want that, daddy. Okay. Well, how much money you got? What's up in the piggy bank?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, we did a situation where she counted out all her money at the piggy bank. She wanted to get a toy. Okay, I took to the store. She picked out her toy. She wanted to pick this. That cost too much. You only got $8.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? and not only $8, your toy needs to be $7 and some change because tax is gonna get you.
Right.
You need to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
You fifth grade, you kindergarten.
Right.
But these books, this curriculum taught that in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I'm reinforcing that with everyday stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
So I think that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they gave you some of those suggestions, right? Like in that curriculum, take a field trip to the bank, right?
Right.
So learning happens all the time, right? So I mean, like I said, you're on your own with the way. So the way that we did it was the traditional. You just kind of like establish a private school. Your home becomes a private school. California makes it really easy. All I did to withdraw her from school was call them and say, hey, I'm pulling my child from school.
Get out of here.
And I'm homeschooling them. They're like, okay, right. And, you're supposed to have different subjects like the subjects that we have. But the bad part is that you are on your own. But like I said, you have YouTube videos, these curriculums that I bought. Oh, the other part is that you do need to buy the curriculum,
right? But
you don't have to actually, right? Like I said, the economics one that I found was free, but that's going to take you more time and energy, which I did not have. So I just decided
I wasn't finna do all that.
Right. So some of the curriculum I bought, a couple of them, the math and the science one, I think were on the more expensive end, but they laid everything out. Like everything is just laid out and it's already, educators put it together. It's based on the standards of, the countrywide standards of where a kindergartner should be.
And when you say expensive, in kind of
the math, I'll say the math was I think the math curriculum was like $150 or something like that. And the science may have been $130.
Yeah.
The math may have been cheaper actually.
Yeah.
Right. But it's called Singapore math.
Right.
And some
schools. Why Singapore?
Because some years ago, Singapore like tested like crazy high with math scores. And so other countries decided to reach out to Singapore and ask them, hey, what are you guys doing to can we get some help here with our math curriculum? So actually some school districts actually use Singapore math, right? So that's the thing, like schools purchase curriculum from these sort of organizations and from educators. So it's the same concept. You just get the curriculum, the school, the only difference is the public school district, you don't have to pay for it. Right. But because the government pays for it, they give the school money to pay for these curriculums. But yeah, Singapore math, I saw on their website, some school districts use this math. So she's learning the same thing that in some schools they would be learning. Right. So, but like the handwriting book, that was only like $30 or something like that, right? So that's a whole year laid out of like handwriting exercises, and it teaches you how.
Taught me how to write properly. Shoot,
right?
You supposed to start all your capitals, all your letters at the top. Where do you start your letter? At the top. Shoot, I'm learning. It is what it is, man. Look, I don't have no shame in my game. I'm learning while I'm teaching my daughter. I'm learning some fundamentals that I didn't know, or I forgot, or something. I don't know what happened, but I think it's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you guys want to know more about the schedule, just let us know, and I can try to write something up and put it out there. But we can do it anytime, right? And it just allows us to be more flexible and less stressed. Like, I just don't want the stress. That would have been so stressful trying to log her in at 8:30. It's just too stressful. Like, we don't have time for that, man.
Anybody got time for that?
But I was saying that one of the other possible cons is that, like I said, you are on your own, so you have to be disciplined. You have to make sure that,
it's your child's education.
And that's the thing. I feel like that people will be disciplined because, yes, this is your child's education.
We know how important education is.
Yeah, and you're responsible. So, like, no, we're going to make sure that we get these lessons in every day. And like I said, if something happened during the week and we can't get the lessons in, we always got Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
We can do it then.
And Jordan loves it, and I love it. So it's like we enjoy it.
Yeah.
We did it. Well, I think was it a holiday we did it? We didn't. We skipped a holiday. We skipped Monday. But our schedule, we do a schedule Monday through Thursday. So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every Friday she be like, we doing school today? It's like, no, we off today, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So hey, it's all good. I just want people to really seriously think about it. If you're struggling, maybe this may be an option for you.
Right.
Maybe it might be easier for us because she's younger. I don't know. But
I think definitely, because you get higher up. Yeah.
But people do this, is what I'm saying. Like, people homeschool their children. People have been doing it forever. So it's like, their kids are older, but they've had more experience, more time in the game. And I did a lot of research, and I wasn't working at the time. So I was able, and my sister was here. My sister left too, but that allowed me, some time to really be able to do a lot of research really fast and be able to set this up. So I will say that, that may not be the case for other people, and you do need to do a lot of research to really do it effectively, but holla at me if you got some questions. Girl. Yeah. But that's it, Jason. That's, we wanted to keep it, we just kind of wanted to give an update, and I just really think that the role reversal thing is very important. And, just this whole idea of understanding that sometimes people just not going to get it unless they really go through it.
Right.
So, for the men that are listening, listen to Jason and understand that your wife is going through a lot with the kids, and she's doing a lot.
Yeah, man.
And you think but you don't know. You don't really know. What was that show? It was like an MTV show. It's like, you think but you don't really know. This is the story of something. It was celebrities to do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well.
But yeah, man, it's definitely rewarding. Parenting during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? These role reversals is definitely it's key because I don't know. What about you? How do you feel now that you're working during the pandemic and all that good stuff?
Look, I feel fine. Jason was like, how you doing? I'm good. My boss was like, how have you been? Because she knows that I was a stay-at-home mom. And so she was like, how's it been going? Right? Like with, are you missing your children? I was like, no, they're downstairs. Like, I go downstairs for lunch. Right. I see them at snack time. Right. I'm good. You know. I see them for breakfast.
Yeah.
But no, I do enjoy working from home. Like that is cool.
Yeah.
To be able to just to go downstairs and pick them up and get them a hug and play with them really quickly.
Give me a break while I run out the house or run down the street. Literally running.
Yeah. And
I haven't really been that bad.
No, you've been doing a great job.
Yeah.
You've been doing it is a major adjustment. And luckily for you, I'm very patient. Like
super patient.
And
that's a superpower.
But this is the thing. I know how it feels. I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm just concentrating on just slowly teaching you the best way, the ways that I found and that to deal with all of this stuff. Right. And luckily, like we are in a better position. And I do want to do a whole episode on like what I learned over the 2 years that I was at home and during this podcast. Like luckily this podcast came into our lives and we grew as a couple so much because I feel like if we hadn't grown as a couple and I hadn't learned some things about how to manage a household and you learned through me, different systems that we needed to put in place so our household could run more smoothly. If we hadn't taken that time or we hadn't focused on that, then I don't know if I would have felt comfortable going back to work. Right. But because, and I do think I'm gonna save it for another episode, but I want to like really do a deep dive into like all the stuff that we learned and how much we grew with that time.
Yeah.
But I just, I'm very proud that I was able to say I'm going to stop, especially in our country where they just like work. Don't you dare stop working. Right. And, I just think that it definitely benefited us. I know it benefited me for sure. And I really feel like it benefited our family.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm happy that, I had the strength to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like push through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
we
need to rest. We need to learn to rest in this country. We need to learn
definitely
to
learn. Yes. Yes.
We need to learn to chill out.
Cause y'all got that. I'm telling you, that monkey be on your back and you don't even know it's there.
Right.
Man, sometimes you gotta get that monkey off your back, man. Sometimes you gotta get that monkey off your back and kind of just chill and relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why, a lot of us, I know when I was working, a lot of people weren't taking their lunch breaks. You know what I'm saying?
I took my lunch break. I don't know what y'all doing.
That. Why? Tell me in the comments, man. If you at work and you're not taking lunch breaks, like what? Like you get a lunch break. Like it's important.
And it's like by law, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why you think they make it a law?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So take your lunch break, take your 15-minute breaks, and take your days off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Use them.
Like I understand sometimes we get in a situation where we gotta work overtime, and I'm not knocking anybody that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a situation where you don't have to do the overtime, enjoy your time off. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that to replenish. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like it's just kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do you, man, because only you got you. Them jobs don't care about y'all. I'm just being honest, right? They don't like a lot of them don't care. So just you can get replaced the next day. You know what I'm saying? You die today, you're gonna be replaced tomorrow. So take care of you. At the end of the day, and so we're gonna have a live discussion about this, and we do them on Wednesdays, and we do it on Facebook, right? So join us on Facebook Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, it's gonna be on Facebook Live, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna hear all about you. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all doing. How are y'all parenting during the pandemic, right? And even if you don't have any children, what questions do you have? You know, what maybe you have some solutions because you're on the outside looking in, and maybe sometimes those types of people can say, you know what about doing it this way? What about doing it that way? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, give us some feedback. We want to hear from you guys, and I also want to give a shout out to some countries that's really been killing it. You know what I'm saying? So let me start off with shout out to India, man. Appreciate you, India. We see you. We love you. Thank you for sharing the love. India, man, actually has been these past few days has been downloading the podcast more than the United States of America. Yeah. Man, so shout out to my beautiful sisters and my beautiful brothers over there in India. Mm-hmm. Man, you know, appreciate y'all, man. Shoot us a email, a comment, or something. You know, you can email us at loveologypodcast@gmail.com. And for you guys that's listening, India, that you're listening, we're on YouTube. So you can actually see Ashley and Jason live, right? We're actually recording this on YouTube. So check us out. Make sure you come there, leave a comment, like it, comment, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. Ain't that right?
Absolutely.
And since we on YouTube, man, don't forget about the awesome apparel. You see the hats, you see the shirts. Man, so just go check us out, loveologypodcast@gmail.com. We definitely appreciate it. Man, that's what it is.
Talking about the website?
Well, yeah, so you can go Loveology Podcast. I said at gmail.com. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Loveologypodcast.com, yes. Right? Mm-hmm. And you can go and check out all our awesome wear. You know, we got bibs, we got hats, we got shirts, we got bean bags, we got all types of stuff, man. So just go in there and check it out and see what you like. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Good Anything stuff. Else, love?
That's it. That's all.
All right, y'all. We're going to catch y'all next time. Same time, same place. Next week, we're going to drop another episode. But until then, we're going to catch you next time. So, au revoir. Peace out.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye.